Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brian Duncan, and today I'm going to be talking about Pi-hole, which is a way to get rid of unwanted ads. So first I'm going to touch on the extensive use of ads in our everyday lives. So the average person sees 5,000 ads every single day. And that may sound like a lot, but if you think about it, ads are everywhere. They're on billboards when you're driving around in cars, they're on the internet with ads like the one that you see over here on the right, and they're even in newspapers. So one thing to note is that Google tracks every ad that you click on while you're using it. So every single time you click on an ad like the one over here on the right, then Google keeps track of that and associates it with your IP address or your Google profile. Another thing to note is that Amazon hopes to use ad clicks to anticipate items you wish to purchase. So if you were to say click on this dog walking ad over here, Amazon, who works with Google, might keep track of that and then advertise to you things like dog food or leashes, and their ultimate goal is that they'll even be able to ship those to you. Data collection. So Google uses data collection to track everything you do on the web. This is done in the form of conversion tracking, and that's used by businesses to kind of have geared ads towards an individual person. So here's a quote from Google in relation to conversion tracking, specifically in conversion actions. Quote, a specific customer action that you've defined as valuable to your business, such as an online purchase or phone call. Tracking conversion actions lets you see how your ads lead to those valuable actions. So in other words, every time that you click on an ad on a website, or every time that you use the phone number on a website, Google keeps track of all these actions. The dangers of data collection. So because Google keeps track of all your purchases and signups and other things that you do on a website, such as phone calls or purchases, that's a lot of data that Google is storing about you. And there's always uncertainty of where they're keeping this data, who they're selling the data to, and what they're exactly doing with it. So ultimately they use this data for geared ads and information personalized to the user. Now this may sound like a good idea and it may make your internet life easier, but ultimately it limits your perspective and kind of gives you a limited view on the world. If you only get advertisements that are geared for you, then you'll never see products that maybe you want but didn't even know existed. Solution. Eliminate ads with Pi-hole. So Pi-hole basically is it's considered a black hole for internet ads. Here on the left you can see that whenever you're using the internet, usually it would go to your internet router and then go to your computer, and that's how you get ads. But with Pi-hole, then it goes through the Raspberry Pi that you have with Pi-hole installed on it, and it gets rid of the ads and then leaves everything else on your computer. Now this is great because it takes away ability for Google and online websites to track you. It also allows you to find the products that you need and not the products that advertising companies think that you need or that Google thinks that you need. Specifics of a Pi-hole. It's free online software, and it has a tutorials and an FAQ on the website, which is linked here. Installation on the website, it says will take less than 10 minutes, but I said less than 20 minutes because depending on your Wi-Fi and the speed of your computer, it might take longer. You do need a Raspberry Pi, which is pictured here on the right. They're about $50 from Amazon, and this is the hardware that you have to install the the Pi-hole software on. And this is great because it blocks ads on the entire Wi-Fi network. So you don't need individual ad blockers on computers. You just need this, and it's a blanket ad blocker for your entire Wi-Fi network. Here are my references, and thank you for your time.